Hey fam, so I was asked earlier today, how do you do it all? How do you manage your corporate job, going to pole practice, going to the gym, cooking all my food, maintaining the house, and taking care of my animals? And I do it all by myself with one and possibly multiple autoimmune illnesses. Let me give you the tea on that. First of all, I'm really fucking tired. I'm just gonna throw that out there first. It hasn't been easy. It's come with a lot of sacrifices. And the main one recently has been my social life. I've taken a back seat from maintaining a lot of my relationships, and it's cost me some of my friends, and I've had to be okay with that because the main priority in my life right now is my health, because without health, I can't work, I can't pole, I can't cook, I can't do shit. Like, I can't even pay my bills. And at the end of the day, I have to be able to pay my bills to stay alive and be able to move forward in the things that I want to do in my life. So here's a few things that I've done to stay somewhat sane, especially while working a 9-to-5. The first one is setting boundaries at work, which has been the number one trigger for me recently. It's been making me feel quite nauseous and in fight or flight when I set boundaries because I'm not used to setting boundaries. As a kid, my boundaries were punished, and I see that happening a lot again, but I just have to do it anyway because at the end of the day, again, I'm protecting my health. So some of those boundaries at work are I come in a little bit later, I leave at 5 to 5:30, sometimes 6 o'clock if I'm heads down doing something, and also I've had to explicitly say no to taking on multiple projects at once. And that didn't exactly go well, but at the end of the day, my boundary was honored even if my boss ended up getting triggered a little bit. And I also have been slowly asking for more remote days because driving to the office, even at 15 to 20 minutes each way, 3 days a week, that's about 2 to 3 hours of your time that could be going to your creative adventures that goes poof. You're just sitting in your car going to the office, and that time doesn't get back. Like, that's your biggest asset, guys. And yesterday, I went to a few doctor's appointments, and I didn't let work know because, I'm just trying to maintain my health. And then my boss accused me of not working. And I was like, well, sorry I didn't respond to this email right away and see this impromptu meeting. Like, you could have just put it on my calendar and I would have gone to the meeting and it would have not been this huge thing. But that's the thing about corporate is a lot of bosses expect you to be just available at the drop of a dime. But setting that boundary needs to be done, like, whether or not I get in trouble for it, but like, there's no other time to do your appointments. Like, most of the doctors are open between 9 and 5. Like, what the fuck else are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? One more boundary that I've been setting recently is around the house. For example, I've been automating my shopping, meaning that I hired a delivery service and I've been using Walmart Plus because going to the store takes a lot of spoons and that eats up my weekend if I want to do anything pole related or have somewhat of a social life. So taking some hours back in my day, even if it costs like $12 or $13 a month, like another subscription, it is totally worth it because, again, time is your biggest asset and time is money. One other thing that has helped has been the working from home. I've been trickling some of my chores into the week because at first I was commuting 5 days a week to the office, and like all of my chores were piling up, and I'd be just doing them over the weekend, and I'd be feeling so fucking depressed because my weekends were just going to chores and maintenance. And I've noticed that it's just become one giant loop of chores and work and office and gym and pull, and I'm like, ugh, my life just feels so fucking small right now. But it's basic and it's regimented. And so one thing that I've been working on is sometimes being okay not doing chores and letting them pile up for a little bit. Like if I want to go to the Clover Cabaret next weekend, for example, it will mean that some of the chores are just going to have to sit there. And I'll just have to be okay with letting go of that control. Last but not least, my last little tidbit for the day is staying sober. That has saved me so much money and so much time and a fuck ton of energy being able to manage my whole life, like with doctor's appointments and pull and work and wanting to get into performances, auditioning, actually getting the performance ready. I have one next month that I'm like almost ready for. I just need to start running through it and I'll be good to go. But staying sober has been really fucking hard. But it's also helped me be able to stay disciplined, even the times when I would really love to have a fucking joint. Like yesterday, I really wanted a joint, but I didn't. I made it through anyway, played some Pokemon, and that really helped me get through it. One of my biggest goals for 2026 is to build community. And why do I want to do that? Because being alone, especially as a single woman who is not getting any younger, I'm 35 now, that will really help build that confidence. I've been wanting to start my business back up again with all of my teaching and coaching. And now that I've been sober, it feels a lot easier and I feel more confident and ready than ever to let it go and like start it again, because being a 9-to-5 is literally the most draining thing of my life. I literally, like a therapist told me, I'm planning my entire life around my 9-to-5. Who can relate to that? I really don't know where any of this is going to go. I have a sober community group. I may or may not have let that die recently, but I would love to reinstate that and really build that community of people wanting to get sober, people wanting to do more with their life than just have their whole entire fucking identity be work. Even if it's not corporate, still your identity is like tied to work and performance. And there's a whole ass human inside of you. That's what I am going through right now, is learning like who my human is and what I want to do in this lifetime that's not just sitting behind a desk basically asking mother to go to the fucking bathroom. So I hope that this helps. If anyone's interested in joining the community or just they want to talk, my inbox is open. Let me know. I would love to hear from you and your feedback and how I can help you begin your sobriety journey and a journey to a healthier self.